Welcome to Muntons malting site in Stowmarket. So we're really excited to bring you in here today. It's got one of the most diverse portfolio of products in the malting industry in the world, because they have everything here from malt for brewing and distilling to malt extracts to spray dried malt extract to ingredients that are used in the baking industry. So some of the biggest names in cereals and products like malt drinks, and ingredients that come from here go into those products. So we're really pleased to give you a behind the scenes look here in the maltings, take you through the whole process. So we're going to take you through intake, steeping, germination, kilning, packaging, and then talk to some of the team and give you a bit of an insight into the company. So Muntons are a fiercely independent company. That's something that's really critically important to us and our values here at Geterbrewed. We're very proud to be distributing their malt now for them, and we want to get you inside, see the facilities, talk to the people, see why we feel that you guys should choose to brew and use their malt products. So some of the big things, the main thing is the sustainability aspect. They're the most sustainable maltings in the world. That isn't something that's new, it's something that they've been doing from the early 2000s. They also have an ethos here where they want their people to be happy at work, and you're going to get to meet some of those people, and that will shine through in this little feature on Muntons. Plus, they have a whole homebrew category here, which we're going to give you a little snippet of as well, because we obviously run a huge e-commerce homebrew facility ourselves. So come on in and check out the Muntons facility. So I want to introduce you guys to Lucy, who's intake manager here at Muntons. Lucy, if you could really quickly take us through the level of checks that you carry out on every batch that comes through.
Yeah, no problem. So every batch will come onto our weighbridge, and we'll take a sample over 8 points of the lorry. Half of that batch will go down what's known as our insector mat, which will just be checking for bugs, particularly your sort of dangerous bugs which are likely to cause damage to the grain. So while that's going on, we'll bring a bowl of grain down here as a sample. We'll put it through to check for nitrogen and moisture using our FOS machine. We'll also do a screenings and retention test, which basically mimics the dresser in the plant and tells us how much of the barley we're going to lose through process. One of our main other tests is our germination test, where we'll do a rapid stain test, which checks for the germination and how well the embryo starts to pink up, and if it's going to be successful in malting. That test we have 98% pass, so you can only really have one grain which doesn't pink up. We'll do another sort of sieve test, basically looking for any bugs again. We'll also look for ergot, which is a zero tolerance in the factory in the food production. And yeah, if we have any worries about any of those other tests, we might do some mycotoxin tests to check, particularly if we've got high moistures. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's a test we do.
That's it. And the idea is to make sure that the malt goes into the storage containers at optimal conditions, so nothing happens to it.
Exactly, yeah. It will then go through our drying process, so it's dried down to below 13% into silo, ready to be malted.
Awesome. So Lucy, it's really important the moisture levels right whenever the barley, I was going to say malt, I keep saying that the wrong way around, but when the barley comes in, moisture level needs to be right. So take us through how you manage that.
So we've already been through intake, so obviously we have a reading for the moisture. We have a very, very good drying system here, so we have a Kimbria Eco Dryer which holds 130 tonnes. It has the capacity to run at about 130 tonnes an hour, but we run it at around 40 based on going to silo. So one of our main critical control points is moisture. So we want to bring the moisture down to below 13% for safe storage. So essentially we do that by running all loads through the dryer. We check the dryer and the output of the dryer every hour, on the hour,
Okay.
to make sure that we're below 13%, and it goes through that drying system, through the dresser system before it hits silo. So yeah, it's one of the biggest dryers in the UK, with a really good safety system on it, so very good spark detection on it. So yeah.
Yeah. And there's a fungal issue with Ergot, and it's not probably unique to Britain, but you know it happens and it's happening more and more. You also have a really good system that helps sort that out.
Yeah, so we are also lucky enough to have a colour sorter on site, which essentially we can run any load which we find Ergot in through. What that does is it fires several cameras at the system as it goes through channels and picks out the Ergot.
Okay.
The actual machine itself is basically a self-taught machine, so the more it runs, the better it gets.
Yeah.
And we have a very good success rate in clearing out Ergot loads to go into production.
The storage silos that the barley goes into, there's multiple temperature probes in different stages, and you know, you are constantly analysing that throughout the year to make sure that everything's stable. Yeah,
so we're very lucky that we've got temperature probes in every single silo. It's monitored on the screens in here, as well as we do actual physical monitors when we go up on top of the silos and have a look in, see if we can feel any heat or anything to worry about. And it's got an automated fan system, so when it hits one of those sort of higher temperatures, the fans will kick in to cool it down.
Yeah, awesome. So you can see behind me one of the grain merchants is doing a delivery. The lorry comes in, the grain passport is handed to the intake department there. They carry out all the checks. Once they get the green light that they're able to process the malt into storage, when all the checks are completed and they're happy with that, they come in undercover here, and the lorry obviously puts the wheelbarrow over the pit, puts the sock into the wheelbarrow, and then it starts to tip. And once the tipping is almost complete, the sock and the wheelbarrow is removed, and they actually get in there and pull out the last few remaining grains. The grains then go into storage vessels, and at that stage it's dressed and dried and sorted and made sure that it's safe to go into the storage bins. They can take 1,000 tons a day in here. Obviously at times of harvest there's much more coming in, but then there's grain stored at grain merchants and dressed and looked after in other locations before it's brought here.
So we're very fortunate here at Muntons to be able to have a colour sorter, which means that we can take loads which are contaminated with Ergot. Essentially what we do is we separate out those loads so that they come through a colour sorter route. They'll come into our colour sorter through the hopper. There's cameras that take pictures every 50 milliseconds, and there's 4 cameras per shoot. If the system is unsure whether it's got Ergot, it can recirculate itself and put the Ergot back through the system, so we have quite a good control rate of it. Yeah, so it's pretty much a self-taught machine in that the more it does, the better it gets, and we can take several loads a day for Ergot to get into the process. So as I said, the colour sorter is particularly accurate. This is an example of what the colour sorter is capable of clearing out. So it's not always just the Ergot, but other pieces which won't malt properly in the process.
So we're in the germination stage now, so you can see the saladin boxes are behind me. So there's 4 large saladin boxes in this section, 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. They hold 244 tons of malt whenever they go in. Germination takes somewhere between 3.5 to 4 days, depending on how it performs. The one thing that I want to highlight is there's still an element of human interaction at this stage. So the team here, if the weather's particularly cold, for example, like it is today, they're coming in at the weekends to check how the germination's going along. They're closing shutters in the roof and things to try and keep the temperature right. So there is a genuine, dexterity and hand-touched craft in the production of the malt here. It's not all carried out by machines. And whenever the malt comes out of the germination stage, then it goes to the kilning stage. So we're going to take you and show you the rootlets coming through in the malt in the germination stage closer down the side now. So we're standing alongside one of the salading boxes now, and you can see there's obviously a visual difference between each box because they're at different stages. So I'm going to take a sample and just bring that up so that you can see this. And just empty that there. Okay, so you can see the little rootlets are starting to come out of the barley, which shows that germination is active. So the guys will come in and they will monitor this, and there is a genuine need for a human being to come in and monitor it, in that they can do a check at what stage it is. You can see that this is probably still another day and a half away from being ready, and we'll show you some of the other stages which will make it very clear as to what stage that it is. So as mentioned, 244 tons goes into a salading box. The belt that runs up the centre of the boxes there, you will see there's a plough comes along and knocks it into two pyramids either side, and then the turners they actually move up and down the whole box, making sure you get that nice, beautiful, even pattern across the salading boxes. So 244 going in, 212 coming out. All of the product then moves on to kilning after the germination stage. So I'm joined now by Luke, Malting's plant manager, and we're outside the kiln.
Yes.
So we've gone through intake, steep, germination, and then obviously at the kilning stage.
Yes.
Take us through, Luke, what happens at this stage?
So essentially at kilning, we're taking the green malt from the germination vessels at 43% moisture. And what we're trying to do at this stage is stop the germination process. We'll take it down to 4.5% moisture, and we're trying to lock in any of those enzymes that we've developed within the germination process, as well as for some malt types, trying to put in a bit of colour and biscuity sort of flavour and smell that the brewers are after. And obviously that happens in the Maillard reaction through the sugars that have been sort of developed from the starch in the germination process. That happens at temperature within the kiln.
Yeah. So look, all the drying, steeping, re-drying, kilning, it uses huge amounts of energy. But one of the unique things about Muntons is its sustainability.
Yeah.
So how is the process here at this stage in kilning sustainable? Take us through the...
Yes, so kilning is very sort of energy intensive. Traditionally and previously we've used gas for a gas Varinox burner to heat our kilns. Now what we've installed is a set of steam coils which acts as a heat exchanger, and that steam is provided from our biomass which is on site. Okay. So that biomass will burn wood chips. Yeah. Steam will come down the route, and then we'll use that as a heat source for our kilning.
Awesome. And we mentioned there very briefly, when we were looking at the germination, that if you notice when you're lifting samples and things, and you're doing your analysis at different stages, that you can adjust and tweak things at the kilning stage if you need to make sure people get a consistent product.
Yeah, so that's what malting's all about. You're using a raw material which is very variable. The weather conditions have a huge impact, so you've constantly got to adapt your process to the variables out there.
Yeah, awesome. On the packaging, so we're at the milling and packaging stage. The unique thing with Muntons is that they have mills that do multiple things: mill for crushing malt, mill for crushing into flour, mill for kibbling, for products that are used more for the baking industry than perhaps brewing. But at this stage, you can see in the background here the packaging. So they're packaging whole malt today. Their capability is in around 100 tons a day. They can package in bulk bags, in the tote bags. They can package at 25 kgs, and really, they're carrying out a process that is from one floor to the next, coming down to where we are now. Now, given the noise in the other floors, we weren't recording footage, but we can share with you some of that imagery. You can see the quality of the mills, real premium quality Buehler mills that are crushing to the perfect grist analysis. So they're doing a six layer grist analysis, ensuring that you guys get the perfect balance between runoff and extract, so that this malt consistently delivers impressive qualities, beers and spirits at your brewery or at your distillery. We do stock the full Muntons portfolio of malted grains for brewers and distillers. We can get them to you express, you can get them whole, you can get them crushed, whatever suits your needs in any quantity that you need, and you'll notice the nice new packaging really does ping and stand out. So that's the milling and packaging area here at Muntons.
Hi, I'm David Hanna. I'm the malt sales manager for Muntons Malt for Scotland and the north of England. I've been working with Muntons for, golly, over 7 years now. And one of my favourite things to be working for Muntons specifically is the family history that we have. We're an independent maltster in the UK, and we work with some of the most prolific brewing and distilling brands in the world. Being able to travel around my home country of Scotland, visiting brewers and distillers, it's absolutely fantastic. Not only that, but we are the most sustainable maltster in the world, with our sustainability agenda, which has been on the go since early 2000. So it's something that we're very, very passionate about, in creating the world's most sustainable malt.
Hi guys, I'm Rob. I work for Muntons as the Brewing and New Product Development Technologist. I really like working at Muntons because they let me do a lot of creative innovation in our lovely brewery here, and no day is the same. I really enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Ellie. I'm the content coordinator here at Muntons. The thing I enjoy the most about working here is the people and the opportunities you get to do.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I work at Muntons. I am marketing manager for Brewing Distilling. I really enjoy working at Muntons. It's just really enjoyable, great team, great place, great environment.
Hello, my name is Michael Oaksby. I've worked at Muntons for 5 years. The reason I love working at Muntons is every day is different. We all work as a family and we all get along, and every day is different, and it's always good fun.
Hello, my name's Lucy Brown. I'm the intake manager here at Muntons. I've been here for about 1.5 years now, and the reason I like Muntons so much is because it feels like one big family.
Hi there, my name's Adam Allard. I'm the mill manager here at Muntons. Been here for over nearly 20 years now. Find it an amazing place to work and live with great colleagues. And here in the mill, we make all the flours, the flakes, and we do all the packing that we see at Muntons. So, thank you very much.
Hi, my name's Kate Dixon and I'm the Head of Marketing, Innovation and Sustainability at Muntons. I've been here for 4 years now, and it was really important to me when I was looking for my next career move that I came to a company that really aligned to my values. When I came and had my interview with Muntons, it was immediately love at first sight. I absolutely wanted to work here. They have such a strong belief in looking after their employees. They're really big on making it an enjoyable place to work, and I love how much they're committed to sustainability and that it wasn't just greenwash, it's real, genuine, tangible change. Couldn't be happier with my choice, absolutely love working here.
So guys, that's our feature on Muntons at Stowmarket. We've had an incredible couple of days here with the team, and some of the team you'll have heard throughout the feature saying they've worked here for 40+ years. That says a hell of a lot about the brand and the people that are here and the dedication. So they're a very passionate bunch, they've got great values, they're fiercely and strongly independent, and that's something that we closely align ourselves with. We've got a very good future ahead of us working with these guys. Their aspect and approach to sustainability is market and industry leading, the most sustainable maltster in the world. They're very passionate about the industry. They've got incredibly strong values which align with ours. We hope that you've got a good insight into brewing, distilling, even the food industry for the malt extract products and the spray malt products that they create here. What a fascinating couple of days. We've loved working with the team. We encourage you to subscribe to the channel. We encourage you to follow Muntons on their social media channels, and we hope you enjoyed this content. If there's anything else you can think you want to hear from Muntons, please let us know.